A very good morning and a warm welcome to this week's edition of The Dialogue. My name is Prince Apollo. Welcome to the big show when we look at the big stories that made headlines throughout the week. A lot happened, but the panel is ready to take you through those big events. It's a week when we commemorate the Janan Luwum Day, a day dedicated to the life and service of the former Archbishop of Uganda, Janan Luwum, who was murdered at the orders of Idi Amin. That is what is recorded and documented. And it is the same week when we received results from the 2023 Uganda Certificate of Education examinations, and it must be a week of celebrations because the results indicated that there was improved performance, an improvement in performance compared to the year 2022. We congratulate the learners, the parents, school administrators, and Uganda at large. But again, other big stories ran, and that is why the panel is here to take you through those big stories. Dr. Jared Wanzara, a public policy researcher, is already in the studios. Richard Baguma, a communication expert and is a committed advocate of proper nutrition, is also in the studios. But we've been joined by a special guest, Honorable Musira John, Member of Parliament for Buguro East, to take you, the Rasta man, I've been informed. Welcome to the program, and Dr. Jared Wanzara, you can speak to our viewers. We kick off this big show.
Thank you very much, Apollo. Good morning. It's good always to see you smart on Saturday. And who am I not to say good morning to our viewers? Yeah. We appreciate the 2 hours you give us every Saturday to ensure that you are with us in this great show. And of course, I want to mention one special person from Mitiana South, Mr. Jackson Mujisha, who told me I should send you regards. And that he doesn't miss this show every Saturday.
Good. Thank you so much. And Richard Baguma, speak to our viewers, and it is always a pleasure to have you on this show.
Good morning to our viewers, very esteemed viewers. We thank you for staying with us. We also thank you for the feedback. One Mchiga, characteristically straight talking, met me during the week. And she said, "You people, why are you laughing a lot on our television?" I said, "That comment will make us laugh now." Yeah, but we thank the Almighty for exercising His grace despite His might on us all, and we are back every Saturday. I am happy to see you, but I also thank the management for keeping us here. Of course, Dr. Orike is always a pleasure. The man from the United Republic of Chirinya. And of course the Rastaman, Jah bless. Jah bless, man,
Honorable Musira John is the Member of Parliament for Buguro East, and I'm happy to have you on the show this morning.
Apollo, thank you so much, son of Nyabingi and son of those great warriors of the old, and all of us, of course. Black man is the right man, black man, original man, His Majesty Emperor Selassie. We emphasize the blackness, the might of the black people, the real creation, the real human is a black man, is a black woman, real human. Otherwise, I want also to say blessings and thank you for calling me today to share with my people of Buguro East, my voters, and one of them is here. He's actually supposed to be called Dr. Wanjala, not Wanzala.
Okay.
You see, but you know when children are going to school, at times teachers change names without their knowledge. And I would wish that Dr. Suze, whoever changed the name to Wanza instead of Wanjala.
Okay, Wanjala. Okay.
No, I found my grandfather calling himself Wanzala.
He was Wanjala. Okay. He was Wanzala. If you want that, I know the history. Being a Rastaman, I know the history of the continent of the black people, but more so, certainly with us Rasta say, our history shapes our destiny.
Good.
And that's what we are. Otherwise, maybe before I forget, Pastor Bujingo, thank you for this opportunity. I am sorry that you have been bashed left, right. You were almost a martyr. What happened to Janan Luwum by Jah grace, by God's grace, Pastor, you survived. The jabs we have thrown at you, to me, they are uncalled for, and I'm not amongst those ones. On behalf of the people of Wuro East, who love you so much, the other time when you were in Mbale, the bulk of those who came were from my constituency and the district of Namisindwa. I wish to say, Jah bless you, our great son, our great preacher. You have the spirit of Jah. You have the spirit of Nyabinji. We moving with you. Wow. You are a great prophet. Thank you.
You're only Rastaman in the 11th Parliament.
All of us, everybody, this skin qualifies you. This is a solar panel. Only that, you know, people are not conscious that they are Rasta. You know, when we talk of Rasta, what is it? I don't have the time to teach, but I've been teaching. And so many have come to their conscience and the consciousness that we are Rasta. 2 honorable members of parliament have been to Jamaica. One of them is Honorable Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah, he went there for maybe parliament or himself.
Casino County.
He brought me some present, which was purely Rastafarian. Oh. Then, just today, Honorable Katuntu also said, you call me today Saturday, that's why I've not gone to village. I have your present, I brought it for you from Jamaica. That alone is recognition that Rasta is getting up.
What does Rastafarianism stand for?
Blackness.
Oh.
Recognition that a black man is the original man. Oh. That if you have the Garden of Eden, then that garden was here in Africa. And all of history. He's a doctor. You go to all studies, including the white man himself, he proves that all life began in Africa.
Yeah, true.
Whether of the Australopithecines, the Homo erectus, the sapien, the way we are today, all science proves that it is here.
Amazing.
Yes, very amazing. So we are Rasta. Creation of God. We are God is creation. The Garden of Eden is not an instant garden of flowers around. No. The continent of Africa is a very compact continent. And you went to school. You studied about, Gondwanaland and Pangea and the others. Why did continents separate? You see? And when did they separate?
The continental drift.
Continental drift. It's only Rasta who can explain that.
All right.
And life began here.
Thank you so much, Honorable Musira John. And this is the dialogue. You can be part of this big discussion. Send your comments and observations using our online platforms, WhatsApp and the short messaging system. A lot to talk about. But before we kick off the show, Dr. Jared Wanzara, any particular story that caught your attention within this week before we really introduce our main topic?
Locally, I don't see anything much except the Luwum Day that we remember. For me, that day is very important because it reminds me of our past history and the struggles of the Ugandans trying to liberate themselves. But also it shows me the role that religious leaders can play, especially where there is injustice. But also, like Honorable has just said, the reason why we remember history is to shape our current and the future. And therefore, I hope we can learn lessons from Janan Luwum, and we say this country shed blood, people died, and therefore we can have senses to know that probably as a country we need to de-escalate and also agree that we need to pick the courage to forge a better future for all of us.
Richard, any story that caught your attention this week or event?
Yeah, I do, when I am able, look after the educational needs of some children. Some of them we are related, but some of them we are not. So one of them, from a relatively remote school, passed in grade 1. So that's at the personal level, but that's part of the personal level of the story for me, one of the stories for the week, and that was the examination results release. I think there are quite some issues that need attention.
Yeah.
From the performance this year, but also the previous years, and then we are talking about the future. The issue of the curriculum, I think, is an important issue for this country.
We are in the middle of a transition to a new curriculum.
Yes, and the issues that are coming with it, the issues of being prepared, the issues of the resources we are putting there, the issues of the way we are using the resources, the quality, really, and what is the impact on the human resource of this country. I think that is an important issue. The second issue is I kind of keep getting deeply concerned about the depth of the criminal deep state in this country, the abuse and misuse of forces of coercion to really harass, intimidate people who have views that may not agree with some people who have a bit of power, some of it residual, and they want to be worshipped.
Any particular incident this week?
Yeah, involving one of our media colleagues. Probably it will be breaking during the week, or they will wait again. But I think because we have some power and influence, particularly of means of violence and coercion, I think we are really abusing it. I think we are really abusing it. And there is always a threshold. I don't think we should be sliding down the precipice that way because we are placed in certain positions, and no one should raise any issue which we are unhappy with. We should not. I mean, when you are a monkey and you climb a tree, you expose your behind. You may eat the freshest fruit, but then people will see your behind, and some of them may talk about your dirty behind if you're not cleaning it. So I really am worried about the abuse and misuse
of power and authority,
of authority and power, and the institutions of government, for personal petty reasons.
Honorable Musira John, any outstanding event in this week you may point to at this point in time?
Two things, majorly. Janan Luwum, like doctor and my brother, the rest has said, our constitution, if you turn to my edition, page 21, at the time of framing it, we recognize this, and it is in, I should say, same line with what we celebrated with Janan Luwum. What does the Constitution in its preamble say? The people of Uganda, recalling our history, which has been characterized by political and constitutional instability, recognizing our struggles against the forces of tyranny, oppression, and exploitation. That alone is enough. So what should we do? committed to building a better future.
Are you?
Janan Luwum becomes a kingpin, especially the religious side, that he was killed the way he was killed in a very gruesome way. And the forces which my brother Baguma talks about.
Abuse of authority
Yes.
and power.
Some Rasta said it in America sometime. Bad people are always there. Bad people are always there. But those of us who come out to speak the way we speak is the most important. We must recognize.
So you're also concerned that the events that played out during the Amin era possibly could be replicating in themselves in this era.
No, they are not.
In this,
individuals
this regime.
That's why I'm saying individuals. Regimes are made of individuals. I could kill as a person. Can I give you a personal story? I'm an NRM original Okada. On the 4th of September 2020, possibly Dr. Wanzala may have seen this. In a talent center for our primaries, NRM primaries, a government, not a government, an individual who has been working with the ESO and had been posted to some foreign service, but it's from my side, and as once a member of parliament gets a gun and puts on me.
Really?
Pistol. The first ring police outside the military, the UPDF, but he did that. Did they punish him? And are we not both cadres? Because I know he's also a cadre. You see? So individuals are there. On the 4th of October 2020, because they had destroyed my primaries. This is why you call me independent. Now, I was forced, out of 15 sub-counties, which Dr. Wanzala knows, I won 13. They declared 1 of 2.
In NRM primaries.
NRM primaries, I'm talking about my own party. Because I'm an original member. I'm a Kadogo. First of all, you got to know that I'm a Kadogo. Now, on the 4th of October, is it 4th or 1st of October, 2020, they know this man is too strong, and everywhere there were voices, people saying, no, we can't. How they do it? They use COVID. How do we go about it? Public Health Act. This man has COVID, is spreading it to people, so you are supposed to be arrested criminally. And they would deny me nomination. I had to escape. In my own country, I became a refugee in Karamoja, in a small hut, hiding until 2 a.m. On the, was it 14th of October? They're like that. So
it's a reason. It's a reason why we should reflect on the life and service of Janan Luwum,
yes,
and also look at and learn from the incidents that played out.
Do you exonerate him from what he was accused of? With us, we are saying even when you have descending and opposing voices, you don't have to act the way I acted. Okay. The truth is, Archbishop could have been talking to the Tanzanian refugees. In any case, a Protestant, these days you call them Church of
Anglican.
You call
Church
them
of Uganda.
We don't have that church here. We don't have. This is Anglican Church, maybe Uganda branch. Now, was he not party to the foreign contacts and whatever?
Yeah.
Yes.
They must have been.
SRB, State Research Bureau, were very thorough.
They would.
They never miss. And once they pointed at you, we were young, in 1975. I was 9 years old, 9 coming to 10. We had a man called Aliga, completely uneducated, but he had settled in the Bumbo, our side, Aliga. And the people used to call him Alika, but he was Aliga. And he was, so I can give you this. We only saw him by 11th, 1979, running away. We had grown up with his government, with his children and whatever. We said, why? we didn't know that he was an informer of state.
So, Honorable Musira, you also agree with Dr. Jared Werewanzala that it is important to reflect on what happened in the 70s and try to avoid a replication of those events here.
Especially to you younger people. You must know where we have come from. We sit in such a studio, discuss and say what we are saying, without even gruesome forces coming inside here, bundling you out with gun butts on your bag and whatever. This is the freedom we are trying to do, to tell you. And if you recognize...
We must move on. But Richard, one comment finally from you. There are people who today, I read from social media post posted by the Honorable Leader of Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, and the former Leader of Opposition, Mathias Impug, and both of them were saying or implying that there's no need actually to celebrate this day because in Uganda it's a public holiday. There's no need. The current political situation in Uganda does not warrant celebrating this day because what happened in the Amin era is actually what is happening today. Do you believe in such a sentiments?
First of all, I think the commemoration itself relates to what they are saying, that they have the freedom to say it. I think that's what the commemoration is about. That those who have dissenting views, even when they are strong, they should have the space to express themselves. So I think in that sense, therefore, we need to have a Luwum Day actually. And on the Luwum Day, in my view, we should not just be talking about Archbishop Janan Luwum. We should be talking about the others that have died in similar manner in the different regimes. Yes, because it's not just the Amin regime that has had atrocities committed either by individuals, but individuals in positions of responsibility. The Honorable here has said something, and that's, I think, the essence. Somebody allegedly, in a rigging process, entered into quarter guard, because if you have two rings of forces, armed, and put the arm on me. If you remember, in the earlier days, the Honorable Otafire resigned his position because of putting somebody in an argument on gunpoint. So it is that lack of punishing. This is what the day is about. That these things are happening. Because you see, when somebody puts a gun on you, when they are unhappy, they could easily
take your life.
Absolutely. And so it is, while that happens, it is the lack of punishing that fuels the impunity.
Failure to reprimand.
Failure to put sanction on criminality and illegality. That's what, for me, the day of the Janan Luwum is about. And so if the opposition leaders feel strongly the way they feel, then they are fitting within our narrative that what we are talking about is what happened to the Honorable during the campaigns, is what is happening, that you are, yes, you will have people detained for 3 years without trial. And whoever does that gets away with it. That's, for me, the essence of the day. So I think we need it.
We need to celebrate Janan Luwum's life. And it's this particular week when we had that time to reflect on his life and service, the former Archbishop Janan Luwum continued to rest.